Hello fellow makeup lovers, how are you guys doing today? We're going to be testing out the new bronzer from Lunar Beauty. I have not bought a new makeup launch the moment that it dropped in a hot minute, but when I saw this launch, I saw the promo for it, I was just very impressed. Lunar Beauty is a relatively small, independently owned makeup brand, and they came out with a bronzer collection that has 7 shades. Can y'all believe, I'll put a picture here, people were trying to cancel Manu MUA because they thought that this was a foundation and there wasn't enough shades, but no, this is a bronzer lineup. I was just immediately drawn in. I was like, okay, the fair shade looks so good. I love a good fair bronzer. They can be really hard to find, and my favorite one that I feel guilty even recommending is like $55 from Charlotte Tilbury. So I was like, you know what? Let me give this a try and let me purchase it and let you guys know if this is super fair skin friendly. And then of course, if you do not have fair skin, I will be talking about the formula and letting you know if it's good quality, if you want to pick it up in a different shade. I planned on doing my makeup with y'all. We're going to do a very bronzer heavy look, test it out, and then we're also going to do some swatches of this in comparison to some of my other favorite bronzers. You know, if you have fair skin and you're looking to see where this lies on the spectrum compared to some other, I feel like some pretty well-known bronzers, then hopefully this video will help you. So this is the shade Fair Sky, and y'all, I'm not gonna lie, I actually dreamt about this bronzer. That's how excited I was for this collection. The packaging is cute. It reminds me a lot of the Lunar Beauty lip glosses. I will say that the top came a little bit smushed in, but it seems like they included as much product as they possibly could, so I'm not even mad about it. Let's just do a quick swatch. Oh, I wish I'd shown that to you. Wait, I'm going to show you. Do you guys see that? It is so creamy. Like, I'm going to, like, just do it with, like, these fingers, okay? You can see I'm not even barely pressing. Like, just look at the cream. So pigmented and soft. Okay. On first impression, I feel like the creaminess is kind of reminding me of the Rare Beauty bronzers, which is a good sign. That is one of my absolute favorite formulas. It went viral for a reason. And this shade does look really nice. I think it looks pretty natural. Oh, I forgot to mention, because I was saying that this is more affordable than my favorite, that these are $25. And then, oh my gosh, but shipping definitely made it more expensive because I was only purchasing this. I think shipping was like $9. So keep that in mind when it comes to the price. Oh, and I'm pretty sure I used the code Angelica to save a little bit of money off. Let's just jump in. Like I said, we're going to do makeup together, but I'm just going to do like a very easy look that's really focused on the bronzer so we can see how it does, and hopefully I can give you guys a little bit of a wear test. I already went in with the One Size Secure the Glow primer, and then I'm just going to use my favorite foundations. I'll have them listed down below. It's so cool to me to see a small brand go out of their way to have such an inclusive bronzer line, and then you see like billion-dollar companies, multi-million-dollar companies that are like, yeah, here's the same 3 shades, light, medium, dark, do your best, also go fuck yourself. That's what it feels like. Just blending that in. Cannot in good faith continue this makeup without doing at least a little bit of eye brightener. Going into the Hourglass Birch Concealer. I feel like that concealer is just so pretty, but anyways, let's move on to trying the bronzer. I think on one side, I'm going to apply it directly to the skin just to see what that looks like. And then on the other side, I'm going to tap my brush into it and apply with the brush so we can get a good idea of what works best with this formula. Because I feel like some bronzers, if you apply them directly, they don't look as pretty, or they can get a little bit streaky. So we'll see. Just gonna kind of line around my skin. I can definitely tell this is so fair. Might even do a little on my nose, on my eye right here. You know what? We're even gonna go for the chin and the lip. Everything. Okay, just gonna start buffing that in. Just kind of tapping it with the BK Beauty 116 brush, which is pretty dense. It's a really good brush for bronzer. You know what? I feel like that's blending out beautifully. Tapping out so well. I feel like it also just helps that it's a really flattering shade for my skin tone. When I was swatching it, I was like, maybe just a little bit orange, but I think as I'm blending it out, it looks really good. I've never really been like a jaw bronzer kind of girl, so I don't know why I did that today, but You guys can let me know. Does it look okay? I think that looks really pretty. So like I said, on the other side, I'm going to go in with the same brush. I'm just going to kind of tap it on. Let's see. I think it's looking a little bit softer, a little more natural like that. But I think you can get away with it either way. It's definitely a formula that is creamy enough that you can throw it on the skin and blend it out with plenty of time. Just kind of building it up around the forehead. What is going on? I almost forgot to do it on this eye. Oh, I forgot to do it with the brush. Okay. That's perfect. That's fine. I think that I'm going to skip blush today just because I don't want to use a blush on top and confuse it with the bronzer, and like I want the bronzer to really have its moment to do what it's supposed to do, and we can see how it wears and everything. But I was thinking of still going in with like a little bit of highlighter, so I think I'm gonna go into the shade Crystal Nebula from Lisa Eldridge. I kind of forgot that I had it and it was expensive, so I need to use it more. Just gonna go ahead and pop that on top just for a little bit of glow. And then whatever's like left on my hand here, I'm just gonna use on my eye. Now the question is to set or not to set the bronzer, because I want to see how it wears. I want to see, you know, what's gonna happen. Maybe I will just go ahead and set one side. I feel like we've already done our comparison with applying directly and applying with a brush. And honestly, I feel like they look pretty equal. I think I like applying with the brush a little bit more just because it's a touch softer. I'm going to go over my jaw with my foundation brush just to make that even more seamless. But I think, like I said, either way it looks good. So let's go ahead and set one side. I'm going to use the L'Oreal Blurfection powder. And basically, I'm going to set my T-zone where I put my concealer on both sides. But on this side, I'm also going to lightly set over my bronzer. And on this side, I'm just going to leave the bronzer area blank. And basically, I'm going to set my T-zone where I put my concealer on both sides. But on this side, I'm also going to lightly set over my bronzer. And on this side, I'm just going to leave the bronzer area blank. I also think I need to set on my eyelids on both sides, or else it's going to get creasy. I just know that. Okay, so just grabbing a little bit of powder and just tapping on top. Lastly, for this look, just to finish off really quickly, I'm going to go into a little bit of mascara and the Lisa Eldridge Sweet Fig Lip Balm. So I don't think I can do like a full all-day wear test just because my day is honestly really, really busy and I'm going to be out late and my son's got a soccer game today. But I am going to go to the gym and work out in a little bit. So right now the time is 8:45. So I'm gonna give it my all. Probably gonna be sweaty and gross, and we're gonna see how the makeup lasts, how the bronzer does, if it was worth it. Right now I do like it, but I really, really need to swatch it in comparison to my other bronzers just to get a gauge. The one I'm most excited to swatch it next to is the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Bronzer. I have the shade Fair, and I just really, really love this bronzer. It is a pan poured bronzer, so a little bit of a different packaging. So here is the Charlotte Tilbury bronzer, which I can already tell you is one of the fairest cream bronzers I've tried. Next to that right here, we're gonna do Lunar Beauty. Oh yeah, it is lighter than Charlotte Tilbury. We've got Fenty Amber, which is a lot more cool toned. Oops, somebody just woke up. Wow, that looks so much darker. We've got Rare Beauty Power Boost, which is a little bit more warm. Bright Side, which is a little bit cooler. And then lastly, I have the Milani Cheek Kiss in the shade My Honey, which is the lightest one. I'll just do that down here. Okay, to me that one's pretty warm. There you go. I mean, the Lunar Beauty might be the lightest cream bronzer I have ever tried, so that's pretty cool. I think I might appreciate it even more in the winter when I'm as pale as I possibly get. So, wow. Okay. I'm excited about it. I will be back in a little bit. It is now 12:13. It has been almost 4 hours. Well, like 3.5. Close enough. And I did go to the gym. I did a good little back and buys workout, and then I felt like that was not enough. I was not sweating enough to really test out this makeup. So I did 30 minutes on the stair stepper, and this is what we've got. Honestly, I feel like the bronzer looks equal on both sides. It looks just as beautiful on the side that we set as the side that we didn't. It really has not worn away at all. I know it's like the longest wear test ever, but this is just what I'm able to fit into the day. The sun has came out a little bit. I've looked at my face in different lighting, and I just feel like it looks so natural on the skin. Honestly, just really, really pretty. If you are very fair and you struggle to find a bronzer, I think that this is a good option. And with some blush over this, it's gonna look so pretty. I mean, even on my eyelids, I feel like the bronzer is staying really well. So very, very happy with this purchase. Those are my thoughts. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye.